What's up, y'all? It's been a fat minute since I posted. Damn. But, so that blue truck that you might have seen, I rolled it. Now I have this old girl. But I gotta do oil pressure sensor and the cam sensor. And then do the crank sensor, not too shabby. And then I also have a new MAF sensor, and then I have coil packs and the two sensors on the throttle body right here, these two. She needs a bit of a tune up, and then I might put these on here, but I'm not sure yet. We'll figure that out. So to get the intake off these, it's really not that hard at all. They got your, I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it's definitely your EGR valve, or it plugs into the intake 8mm bolt right there on the side of the intake, and then there's 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12 bolts for the intake, and then these two, they're little coolant lines that go to the bottom of the throttle body. And then on the bottom of here, on the intake, there's a little plastic thing that's taped to this. You can do whatever you want, I guess, to get that tape off. And then this pops off. And then your injector plugins, you pop this bad boy up and then hit this little clip, push it in, and they'll pop right out. Someone's definitely been in here before, because some of these don't have it's like a little lock keeper deal. So yeah, all right. And then your gas lines, I didn't have a tool, so I made my own little plastic tool thing here. You just slip this over the line and then push it in. There's little tabs in there that lock it onto the line on the, you can't see it, but no, the fuel lines on the intake, and they'll come right off. They sell tools. Just look up, like, I guess I don't even know what they're called, like gas line clip tool kit. I honestly don't know, but yeah, that's really all you have to do to get it off. It's pretty simple. And then this one on the top of this, I'm actually not sure what this is called. I have no idea. I'll have to look that up. But this plug-in goes to that, and then these two are your idle air control valve, and then your throttle position sensor. Yeah, and then it comes right out. Pretty easy, not too. And then also this little guy here goes on the side of your intake. Not too bad. And I don't know when, but sometime in this video, we'll go doing not really an update, because I haven't done much to my blue truck that I'm building, but I got some new rims, so I figured I'd show you guys, because I think they're pretty baller. My first set of wides, they're not really that wide, but they're 22 by 12s, I think, or something. But yeah, so let's get back into this stuff right here. And also, if you're doing an oil pressure sensor, you're gonna need a socket. You can get them on Amazon for pretty cheap. It's what is it here? Inch and a 1/16. They're 27mm. This guy right here, pretty cheap on Amazon. Like I said, if you're doing an oil pressure sensor, you gotta have one. Right here is your oil pressure sensor, and I'm not sure if these have a screen under it, but I do have one, and I've never actually looked down in there. And then this right here is your cam sensor. Like I said, little 8mm bolt, little plug, and then pop her out, put the new one in. Let's go ahead and get that baby swapped real quick. So I was wrong about the 8mm. It's actually a 10mm. Oh yeah, brake clean and Pepsi, boy. There we go. I'm gonna kind of clean it up a bit, because she is quite greasy. I didn't really exactly show anything, but it's an 02 2500 HD, baby. I haven't done much besides, like, it had the tonneau cover on it when I got it. Very nifty. I just put some cheap clear Amazon headlights, some taillights that I already had. And then since I got those rims and tires for my blue truck, I just put those bullet holes on here. And then I also, on this side over here, it was, when I first got it, it was all full of water. As you can see, it already has like condensation in there. So I got some Flex Shot. Hopefully that'll seal her up, but the, I can't think of the name now. The plug-in for it is all burnt and stuff because it had water in it. So I got new pigtails for those bad mama jammas. And then this little guy right here, this is that little screen I was talking about. I don't know if there's actually one in there. I guess I have another motor that I could look in, but yeah, let's get this baby cleaned up real quick. All right, so I got the new cam sensor in. It's kind of a pain in the ass to like push it in, so just take a screwdriver and smack it like your old lady. No, I'm just kidding. But no, yeah, give her a good smack, she'll pop right in there. And there should maybe be a screen in there. I don't know. Let me get the old trusty dusty phone right there. And I'm thinking that there is not a screen in there. Oh, no, I can't find it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, definitely not a screen in there. So that's good. I'll just pop this new baby in there, and hopefully my oil pressure is all right, and it's not actually low because I have some lifter tick over here. So that's good. That's what you like to hear. But now I'm gonna go ahead. Let me get this baby up in here. And I've never had power tools until like 3 months ago. It's literally a life changer. So much better. There we go. Give her one of those. Oh yeah. Professionally torqued down. All right, I'm gonna get that plugged in and then get this all cleaned up, get the intake back on. All right, we got this intake back on here. I gotta go get a different intake because the boot is actually pretty cooked for that. So I'll go grab that real quick. But it's pretty easy job here. I mean, didn't really have to take the intake off, but now it has new intake gaskets and it's kind of cleaned up. Tomorrow when I do the rockers and push rods, I get all that cleaned up, and then next weekend I'll have new coil packs and all that stuff. So hell yeah, brother. All right, we got this thing completely back together. I put that on there because, you know, extra freaking horsepower, you know. My oil pressure was garbage before. I mean, the oil pressure wasn't actually garbage, but the sensor was bad. So don't mind my speedometer. It's not all the way warmed up yet, but I mean, it's pretty close. Oh, those are my hazards. 200 and almost 60,000 miles. Dude, let's go. Oh, still have a check engine light. Good old NOx sensor. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the oil changed on this whole girl here. So now that I know it's just either a worn out lifter or a worn out rocker, that is good. So yeah, that's pretty freaking cool. So yeah, let's get the oil dropped on this bad mammo jammo. All right, so yeah, under here, two 13 mil bolts for the starter, you can see, right, and one there, two 13 mil bolts, and then that little black deal, little plug-in thing, right here, and then a 10 mil. Take that out, and that is your crank sensor. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that. what's up, y'all? It's been about a week since I recorded. Trying to take this stuff a little bit slower because I was like rushing myself last time, but got these toe mirrors on here. That's about all I did after I stopped recording. But right now, I'm about to put some new plugs and wires on this whole girl. And I was gonna do the rockers, but I now finally have everything to put the motor together for my blue truck. So I'm just gonna leave them. I mean, they stop making noise. As soon as I get that motor together, they'll probably, start making noise again. But yeah, I'm gonna get these coils off here, and then I'll see you once you get back here. All right, so for the coils, get yourself a 10 mil. It don't really matter what tool you got. And then just take out every single one of those. I'm pretty sure there's one on the back, and then that one under the plug, one up front here, and then there's one more right there. And then the other side is about the same. It's pretty much the same thing, except for you got this bracket. There's just a 10 mil nut on the top of it. You take that off, and then you can get the stud out. But yeah, I'm gonna get these off right here, and then I'll show you how to swap the coils onto the bracket. All right, once you get your bracket off, all these 10 mil bolts here, just take all those out, and then you can put the fucking cars, and then you can put the new coils back on here. And then obviously you gotta unclip your harness also, but 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 mil bolts, and then you can put the new ones on. All right, so we got the new coils on here. They're all plugged in, and then obviously you got your spark plug wires. So I'm changing the wires and the plugs too. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna need a 13/16 socket. Let me go see real quick. So I got my 13/16 socket. I forgot to mention I did the idle air control valve and the throttle position sensor. Be careful when you're putting these in, because they do like to break if you don't, obviously be careful. I don't remember what else I was gonna say now. It's a T20 Torx bit for these bad boys. But so let's see, hopefully this one will get those spark plugs out. All right, so I'm an idiot. They are not 13/16, they're 5/8, tiny little guy. So yeah, 5/8 for your spark plugs. So let's get those swapped real quick. All right, so I got this side on here. Pretty cool, I guess. Like I said, it's just 8 10 mil bolts for the coil packs, and then 1, 2, 3. I think it's 5 or 6 bolts for the bracket, and then this plug right there. Take that out, and then obviously your plug wires, and a 5/8, not a 13/16 for the spark plug. So we're gonna get this other side whipped out, and then we'll be back here. All right, she is all buttoned up here, both sides. It doesn't really take too long. I mean, you don't have to take the brackets off. It's just a lot easier to get to the spark plugs. It gives you some more room. But I'm gonna clean up all my stuff here, and then we'll go, hopefully, because I still had a slight miss even after I did these. So we're gonna run to the gas station. Need to get me a Pepsi, so let me get cleaned up, and then I'll see you once we're on the road. All right, let's see what she do here. Definitely idles a lot better. Have to wait till it. Yeah, I think it honestly still has a slight miss. Not sure. Yeah, definitely still has a slight miss, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. But yeah, that's probably all I'm finna do today. I'll see y'all in a couple of days. We're gonna do some changes on the exhaust, and then hopefully if my parts come, we'll do the cam and then lifters and all that fun stuff on the other motor for my blue truck. So we'll see y'all then. All right, it's the next day after I did those coil packs and stuff. Got some gonna do some exhaust here. Got an X pipe, a couple. Pretty sure that X pipe is 3 and this is 2.5. I'm gonna have to do some custom fab to make these, because I have a Flowmaster FX on there right now that runs all the way out the back like factory exhaust. I'm gonna cut that muffler off and then put that X pipe in there, because that's a 02 2500. So those are true duals from the manifolds all the way to the rear muffler. So I'm gonna cut that muffler off and put that X pipe there, and then slap these in the X pipe to do like a true dual side exit. So that'll be, hopefully it should sound pretty good, I'm hoping. So yeah, I'm doing that tomorrow, so we'll see y'all tomorrow. All right, what's up, y'all? It's the next morning. It's like 7 o'clock. As you can tell, my truck won't shut the absolute fuck up. Pretty sure my headlight switch is bad because none of my running lights work. Yeah, all the fuses are good, and the relays, I tested them and all the relays work. So I don't know. It could also be the BCM too, but I really hope not. I don't want to do that. It wouldn't be too hard. I mean, just a couple plugins and like a couple plastic clips. But so I have a new switch coming, but that's like half hour away from where I'm at right now. So I'm gonna rob the one out of my blue truck and put that in here, and hopefully that fixes it. If it does, then I'll just put that new one in my blue truck. But we got the exhaust right there and some motor components for my blue truck. Pretty much just bolts. So I got like oil pan bolts, and then the cam retainer plate and the bolts for that, and then what else is in there? I'm pretty sure the oil galley plug, I got a billet one for it, so that'll be pretty cool. Get that baby up in there. But yeah, I gotta run to town to grab some cutoff wheels, and I think that's it. And then we'll head out to the old farm and start hacking this exhaust up. It's kind of in a bad spot back there because you can't really get a grinder on the top. What I found works really good. Your cuts aren't really the best, and it kind of sucks trying to weld it back up. But if you take a plasma cutter and just, you know, give her a little fucking couple little, you know, and then she'll come right off. So yeah, we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna go get some cutoff wheels, and I'll see you once we get out to the farm. All right, we made it out to the farm. I'm pretty sure I was recording on my door chime was going off, and I was sitting in here playing with the headlight switch, and I'm pretty sure that I'm hope it's probably the BCM, because otherwise my chime wouldn't be going off. I don't know. I'm gonna try and switch the headlight switch out of my other truck once I get this exhaust done, and then hopefully that fixes it, because I don't want to do that, because you have to reprogram it, and I don't really want to do that. Yeah, I don't think y'all have seen it. I mean, that blue OBS that I had, that old girl, I actually rolled that thing. That's why I have this. Yeah, I'm an idiot. But here we go, boys. So yesterday, when I was talking about having to trim up the exhaust, so I'm thinking that if I cut some slits in here, that way I can like crimp it down around that, and then just weld the, weld whatever I cut back up so it won't leak. But got this good old X pipe right here and a couple 90s. I'm just gonna cut that off, and then I'm hoping the X pipe will come to here, and then the 90s will come out somewhere in this area. So I'm gonna sweep up this so I can climb under there, and then hopefully get this all out of here. All right, y'all. We done got the exhaust off here now. I'm gonna try and extend those. Don't mind the cutting, that's how you want it to look. I'm gonna try and get this to come out another probably 3 to 4 inches. So instead of the exhaust coming out like here, it'll be kind of, more back here. I'm gonna try and do the best I can. I'm not really good at exhaust, but I mean, I can do it to where it won't leak. Because thanks to my grandpa, I do have access to a welder and all that good stuff. So once I figure out exactly how I'm gonna do it, I'll be back. I don't have a cameraman, so it kind of sucks. But yeah. All right, y'all. I got this bad boy all welded up here. Looks all right. About to slap it on the truck and see how it fits. It's pretty cold out here. It's like 20 degrees. Crocs are not ideal for working in 20-degree weather, if I say so myself. But besides my toes being froze, let's try and get this baby welded up in there. All right, y'all. We got the exhaust all in here. Gonna fire this old girl up and see how she sounds. Sounds way better. Yeah, might have to get some tips for it, but hell yeah. Sounds way better. All right, let's see if my lights will turn on here. Because when I got here, they were working, and then they just stopped working, so I don't know. Yeah, no, not working. Well, I'm gonna get this out and clean this up, and I'm gonna run up to my other truck and grab the headlight switch. I'm hoping that's what it is, but I was doing some research and it might be the BCM too. I don't know. We'll figure it out here. All right, y'all. Popped me a fucking Zyn. Yeah, I need that nicotine. But so tomorrow, today's Friday. Tomorrow, I'm gonna be pulling the motor and trans out of that blue truck. There was a guy that was gonna come get door panels off it, but he has not texted me, so I'm just gonna leave and then run to town and get some zip ties so I can, fix my tow mirror wiring. So I figured out what that dinging was. It was my fucking park brake was pushed down a little. Thought it was my BCM, thank God. So it's definitely just my headlight switch. I'm not gonna rob the one out of my blue truck. What the hell? What in the? God damn it, Bobby, what the fuck? Oh, it's a mustache here. I need to get a freaking trim, man. I'll be looking scruffy as hell, but oh my gosh. Yeah, so we're gonna run to town and get some zip ties so I can fix that, and then see if they have any fuses, like not really like an inline fuse, but I don't know if you've ever seen one where you push it into where the fuse goes, and then you put a fuse inside of that little thing where that pushes into the fuse where the normal fuse would go. I'm bad at explaining shit. And then it has a wire on it, so you can hook for the tow mirrors, those, they're switchback ones, so it has the white light when you're just for your running lights. So to turn those on, you hook it up to your park lamp. I don't remember which fuse. so I'll have to show you guys if I can find some. But we're gonna head on into town here and then hook those wires back up. Now that I know that it's just my headlight switch and not tow-meter wiring. That wiring is a little alarming, but it'll work. I've done it before. So yeah, we'll see y'all in a bit here. All right, we're gonna get y'all a little sound clip. My front window don't like to roll down, so. Sounds pretty good. All right, y'all. That's gonna be the end of this video. Me and the little man here, little buddy. Just got back home and got something here. Yeah, got them ARP. I should have typed it different when I looked it up. So I got head bolts and not studs, but that's all right. It'll work. But yeah, we'll see y'all in the next one. Stay tuned. Probably be doing something with that with my blue truck, the motor for that. So that'll be pretty cool. And I figured out what's wrong. At least I hope. My ground strap from the firewall to the back of the block has it's pretty green, like it has a whole bunch of corrosion on it. Not a lot, but I don't know. And there's a few broken wires, so I'm gonna replace that. I checked the grounds and all that, so it should be good. But yeah, we'll see y'all in the next video.